Looking through the internet. Welcome back to more Nina Aquila, Legal Eel. What happened on the last episode? We went to court.
Not quite. We beat all those people in a card game. And then we beat Stella in a card game.
That wasn't the last episode. That was 2 episodes ago.
We went to court.
Yeah, we went to court. And we talked a lot about anime and Gurren Lagann and didn't make any progress.
Again.
But here we are. Hopefully we'll make some progress.
At around lunchtime, I picked up food at the Combini and came back to the hotel. I swapped my VIP card on the stairwell and remember passing Axel Reyes as I walked up. He was heading downstairs. You must be tasty.
I guess.
I didn't leave my room until the following morning. I was stayed up all night playing with my deck.
Sorry, playing with your what?
My deck.
Oh, your deck.
Yeah, what'd you think I said?
No, nothing. Let's move on.
Okay. Very well. Miss Aquila, you may begin your cross-examination.
He passed Axel on the stairs? Real quick, let's save, because
This is one of the few times I actually can.
Yeah.
Hold it.
Why is the...
I know. We gotta move on. We can't call it into it.
I know. It's just it's just
yeah,
a strange choice. You know, you do you, man, but
yeah,
that's a weird one.
What did you get to eat?
Just some delicious donuts.
Seems a bit unusual for lunch.
What can I say? I love donuts. I question the relevance of this exchange. We all know the Combini specializes in donuts.
Why am I the only one who finds it strange?
Be that as it may, Mr. Steele. Please continue with your statement. On it, Judge.
Hold it.
You said you passed Axel Reyes, so he wasn't in his hotel room?
Nah, he was definitely on the stairs and heading down to the lobby.
You didn't stop by to speak to him?
Yeah, he seemed distracted. His eyes were glued to the screen of his phone.
That's strange.
What is?
Axel was on his way downstairs, towards the lobby.
You're not suggesting Axel was...
But Stella was waiting for him there. She said he never turned up.
I still can't believe he would have been involved.
We have too little evidence to speculate. But you have to admit, it doesn't look good.
Do you feel this is important, Miss Aquila? Always.
Always. Yes, I believe it's important.
I agree. Witness, can you please add this to your statement? No problem. Axel was glued to his
Hold
phone.
it.
He was staring at a smartphone?
Yeah, he was probably looking at the drama on Bleeder. Drama? What drama does he mean?
Scrub said something about this back at the detention center. Why did you go to his... Because a few hours later, I saw De Silva had bad-mouthed me on Bleeder.
De Silva posted several messages that criticized Mr. Scrub's conduct in the duel over several hours. Mr. Scrub's initial replies made for interesting reading.
He might have mentioned this to the defense counsel. Sorry?
T-bro!
I wasn't proud of it, okay? Once I calmed down, I stopped posting, and De Silva's bleed stopped too. Nothing happened for a while. Then later, I decided to go see him to apologize. Though I saw another bleed from him while I was on my way to his room.
De Silva's final message. It read as follows. Don't know what that Scrub's problem was. I'll make sure he never plays on the pro circuit again. By our reckoning, that bleat was posted around the time of the murder.
When I saw that one, I was already on my way to apologize. I was worried he might find a way to blacklist me from tournaments. Damn it, Terry. How am I supposed to defend you if you hold out on me like this? Still, that begs a question. Mr. Steele?
Yep.
So when you went upstairs, past Axel, and then...
Like I said, I didn't leave my room until breakfast the following morning.
So what did you do?
Excuse me?
Well, from what you described, was from around lunchtime, go in your room all afternoon, evening, and night. You were at that hotel that was filling up with attendees for the oncoming anime and card game convention. What was so important to keep you at your room?
Tournament prep. The art of the cards can only get you so far. It's a lot of work to be the very best. I had to open a bunch of booster packs and organize my deck. Do you feel this is important, Miss Aquila?
Always? Yes, I believe it's important.
I agree. Witness, can you please add this to your statement? No problem.
I'm pretty sure that's a ad within an ad. Because we pressed on the thing that was already just added.
And then added something else.
Yeah.
To press on again.
Yeah.
Alright. I had some serious tournament prep to do. I had booster packs to open, decks to adjust.
Didn't you come to the hotel already prepared? I thought you were always ready to get your duel on.
Oh, believe me, I am. I'll take on anyone, anytime, any place. I have my deck right here now if... Witness, you shall refrain from dueling in my courtroom.
It'd probably be a bit of a distraction.
Not just that. Dueling in a courtroom is actually illegal in this state. It's part of a statute that dates back to 1894, if I recall correctly.
Probably not the same kind of dueling.
Literally 1984.
Smartass.
Nina, I might have something. Isn't there something weird about Marcus's statement? Could he have really done those sorts of preparations 2 days before we met him at the Combini?
Let me think about it.
Hold it!
You're certain? What about dinner?
I wasn't particularly hungry.
Well, I guess that's that. All I've got to do is make Hawk's case against Scrub look a bit flimsy. Marcus' statement sounds comprehensive at first, but it does...
Bless you.
But does it really provide a good alibi? I'm not so sure.
Well, let's think about it. So according to him, what he's saying is that apparently 2 days before the tournament and everything came to town, he was there in his hotel room adjusting his decks and everything because he had bought some extra booster packs.
But...
all the booster packs were sold out for weeks.
yeah.
And we saw him there, and he claimed that he was buying booster packs when we met him in the store.
Yes. So that's what we got.
Or I guess he was buying the last of the packs that were available at that particular store.
Marcus, you say you're opening boosters.
Yeah, I get them regularly.
You're certain?
Also, what boosters? Everybody plays literally the same 3 or 4 cards.
I know, right?
Of course.
Strange, when you consider that before yesterday, stores have been sold out of DFA boosters for weeks.
Ah!
Your Honor, stores have been sold out of the DFA booster packs for some time now, and only received new stocks yesterday. It would have been impossible for the witness to have spent the afternoon opening them.
Objection! Objection! Really, Aquila? He could have had a few spare from a prior purchase.
Enough to occupy hours of time?
Sustained. Miss Aquila raises a fair point. Mr. Steele, if these booster packs were unavailable, how could you have spent them, or spent time opening them in your room? Witness, may I remind you that you are under oath? Mr. Steele, you made it quite clear in your statement to the prosecution that you had a number of booster packs to open. Was this a fabrication? It's like Hawk is turning against his own guy. Not that anime betrayals.
Not really. Hawk's only guy is legal procedure. Not so easy when you have a fickle witness.
I mean, Witness, answer me! Fine. If you must know, I was trying to relax. Relax? The tournament was about to start. I was nervous. Since arriving at the hotel, people wanted autographs, selfies. I couldn't move without seeing what I was doing show up on Bleeder. But aren't you a card game champion? Aren't you just used to that? No, he isn't. Marcus used to be a video game streamer. Yeah, and a terribly successful one.
Not
a terribly successful one, if I'm being brutally honest. But a few months ago, I streamed an online game quite similar to DFA, and a viewer reached out to me. They gave me a few starter decks and told me I might be good at it. So I played. And I won. That person bought me boosters, and I bought some more boosters, so I played some more. And I won some more. And before I knew it, I was world number 4, and got invited to this tournament. But now I have people who mob me everywhere I go. So I needed to relax. smoke some weed, take a normal bath. Then why didn't you just say that? Why? Why? Everything I do is scrutinized online. The fans come through everything, looking for more VIP gossip. Do you know what it's like to have every word you say subjected to ruthless analysis?
Trying being a defense attorney.
Try being a prosecutor.
I mean, Nina, you say that, but at the same time, I don't think you have nearly as much eyes on you.
In the courtroom.
I mean, yeah, in the courtroom, but like, in general.
That's fair. Yeah.
In that case, what were you doing?
I don't know. I took a shower.
And then what?
I don't remember.
You were there all night.
I smoked a lot of pot, okay? Leave me alone, jeez. Your Honor, the defense is badgering the witness. Sustained. Miss Aquila, please refrain from intimidating the witness.
Your Honor, as harrowing as experience this may have been for Mr. Steele, his loose alibi, namely he was opening booster packs, has been proven to be a fabrication. The defense asserts that this calls his statement into question. Furthermore...
Objection! Your Honor, I protest this line of questioning. The defense is using this as a pretext to suggest that the witness could have been at the murder scene. But there is zero evidence of this. Not even a single fingerprint. Wait, that's what this is all about? Then I'll save you the trouble. There won't be any fingerprints because I wasn't there. Do you feel this is important, Miss Aquila?
Yes, I believe it's important.
I agree. Witness, can you please add this to your statement? Fine. I left no fingerprints at the crime scene because I wasn't there.
Looks like I have to force this issue. Who says you touched anything? You could have visited the room, but left no prints.
Really, Aquila? The absence of evidence is not proof. The absence of evidence is not evidence of absence.
Yeah.
It's a stupid quote.
Furthermore...
It's impractical to suggest he could have been there, yet not touched anything during the visit.
I guess.
Sustained. Miss Aquila, our understanding of events means it is improbable that the witness visited the crime scene. If you still dispute that, I'll need you to present evidence of something that at least makes it possible.
I already know what I need to present, I just wanted to press it first.
The gloves.
Yeah. Understood, Your Honor. Is there another way they could have been there but not left any fingerprint? Yes. I can't go back, can I? Okay. First, let's save, just because. Anyway. Gloves.
No fingerprints, or is that...
No? Okay, hold on.
Penalty.
There should be gloves somewhere.
Yeah, we definitely have those in our evidence locker. Or we're supposed to, anyway. Reload real quick so we don't have that extra strike for some reason. Eye patch, bleeder post. Wait, card handling gloves. Up a few.
Oh,
it's
because they're alphabetical. They're in alphabetical order, not order in which we got them.
Also, those are just...
That's just a picture they took. I'm sure they don't actually look like that.
Those are literally just kitchen gloves, like food handling gloves. What? Is that me, or is that animated a little funny?
I don't know. I guess it is, but it's whatever.
Anyway.
Your Honor, please examine this piece of evidence.
A pair of forensic gloves?
Close. These are card-handling gloves. They're manufactured by Aquila company, Erase Corp, specifically for pro players of card games.
For what purpose?
If I may, Mr. Steele, could you please answer that question? I'm sure you know the answer.
But those gloves are to stop players damaging their cards. Comic book collectors wear them too sometimes, or so I'm told. What does that have to do with anything? I agree, this tangent is meaningless.
What Mr. Steele is neglecting to mention, Your Honor, is that these gloves prevent the wearer from leaving fingerprints. In fact, Mr. Steele, can you please raise your hands?
What? Witness, raise your hands. I don't see what... He is wearing a pair. I saw him when he came to the witness stand. Order?
Your Honor, it has been noted that no fingerprints were found on the victim's hotel room. Not even the victim's own prints. The defense asserts that this lack of fingerprints, any fingerprints, does not rule out that another person was there, if the VIPs in attendance routinely wear these gloves. In fact, the unusual absence of any fingerprints makes it even more likely. In addition, the defense moves to discount Mr. Steele's alibi purely based on his word. These facts make his statement an insufficient alibi.
Order! Mr. Hawk, can you account for these discrepancies? They use the thing. They use the thing from Phoenix Wright. The discrepancy.
Okay.
Well, wow, you actually rattled him. The prosecution, the prosecution is willing to concede that the witness's alibi is entrenched in his own word, which the defense has called into question. What's he doing?
He's accepting that Steele's alibi is flawed.
Doesn't that work against him?
Kinda, but it's smart. He doesn't have a choice, so he's taking it on the chin.
So wait, you think Steele is guilty?
I think Steele's a buffoon, but that's not the point. Remember what we're doing here. We're trying to assert Scrub's innocence. And the only way to do that is to suggest that evidence counting against Scrub would also count against other people. The longer Steele is on the witness stand, the more chance there is that he'll say something accidentally incriminating. Hawk knows this, so he's gonna move on. It's all wheels within wheels with him. Look at him over there. Smug, superior.
Chad!
Peering over his own glasses.
Aquila? You know I can see you while you glare at me and mutter to your assistant, right? Very well. If that is the case, the court requires no further statements from Mr. Steele. You are dismissed, sir. Gotta run! I've got duels to win! Mr. Hawk, I understand you have another witness? I do, Your Honor. In that case, we shall take a 5-minute recess. Please have your next witness ready to take the stand. Mina?
What is it?
Do you... Okay, real talk. Do you really believe Axel Reyes was involved in De Silva's murder?
Now here's what I'm gonna say, before Nina says anything. My assertion is that I don't think Axel is the killer, but I do think Axel stole the card from the bank.
Oh, from downstairs?
Yes. I think that's gonna be his alibi, that he was too busy robbing the bank to kill Joel.
Right, because it had to take place within the same, time frame, right?
Yeah.
Although, if that's the case... No, wait, because he would have been seen by all the extra mobs and stuff downstairs, right? The ones who were taking fans and autograph signings and stuff with Stella?
I mean, maybe.
Surely they would have noticed the other, big major person, and Stella should have noticed too, because to get to the bank, you have to go through the lobby and down past the entrance, because it's on the other side of the building.
Maybe.
So how would he get there to do that without being noticed by anybody when he has to walk literally through the card tournament area? Right past where all the fans and Stella, the person he was supposed to meet, were.
What if he wasn't in costume? What if, he washed his makeup off, he put on normal clothes, so that way he could just walk through the crowd without anyone even knowing that it's him?
Well, Marcus recognized him, though. So that means either he was in costume, or Marcus knows what he looks like outside of costume, and if fans are that dedicated to continue looking at everything he was doing while relaxing, surely they'll be looking at everything and know what Marcus looks like, or not Marcus, but Axel looks like out of the costume.
Maybe.
Especially, if the fans of this kind of community are going to be that dedicated, don't know what he looks like outside of the costume, so they'll still swarm him.
Alright, well, maybe...
That said, Stella would also know what he looks like out of costume.
Yeah. Okay. You raised good points. Because I was thinking it was either going to be Axel or that Gimp guy.
The other random person we saw leave.
Yeah, but maybe...
I'm curious if there's more than one... because it's an anime and card game convention, right? And there's a lot of cosplayers at these sorts of conventions, right?
Yeah.
Could it have been that it... it was a fan or something, someone who was cosplaying Axel.
Well, they would need to still get a VIP pass, which I don't think they could just pretend to be Axel to get a VIP pass, considering Axel would have already had one.
Or maybe they could have somehow.
I'm pretty sure they would have been like, wait a minute, we already gave Axel a VIP pass, you know? That seems...
Well, maybe he already attained...
And plus,
this person already obtained the VIP pass before they
already
cosplay bit.
They already interviewed everyone that had VIP passes, though. And everyone, like Chad said previously, everyone that had VIP passes were hotel staff, which were all already accounted for and on the security cameras, and the 4
champions.
Yes.
Right. So, well, then that seems to imply that there's no way for us to be able to view it because of the way the tools are and everything for RPG Maker. But what if there's like a fire escape or something on the backside of the building?
They did mention there is a fire escape. However, the fire escapes would set off alarms if they were opened, and no alarms were set.
And right, but if that was the case, is it possible that you could have reached it from the outside and climbed up, possibly entered in through like the window or something? Because the Silver's room, I think, does have a balcony, doesn't it?
I don't remember.
I don't remember if it actually has a balcony or if it's just like a lot of glass overlooking the side, but
I don't know. They haven't mentioned anything about.
Alternatively, if it's possible to access the fire escape from the ground floor, which I assume it would be, is it possible they could have used it to climb up onto the roof and then come down?
I don't know. I feel like that they would have mentioned that if that were possible.
I'm trying to find some other way that would account for one person, if not 2, being able to actually like pull something like this off. That's not any of the 4 champions because, well, one of them's dead, the other 2 have alibis, and the third one also seems to have an alibi, but is also kind of too stupid to really conceive of something this complicated.
Well, Axel doesn't have an alibi, is the thing.
Yet, but I'm sure we'll get to his in a moment.
Probably. I mean, they are making... The fact that they are pointing so hard to him means that it's probably not him.
Probably.
Yeah, because that's how these games work.
And that's what brings me back to the cosplay theory, but that's also kind of been shut down.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. I don't know. There's another piece, another player in this game that we're missing.
The Gimp guy, which we have no information on.
Right. And clearly there's something about him because he walked out the back door as the big major duel was taking place, meaning he left when there was already a distraction going on.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure he's the one that killed him.
That's what I was thinking too.
But I don't think that he was the one that stole the card. Or, well, that's kind of what was leading me to my other train of thought, is that maybe he's one of, like, multiple people. Because they're all wearing the same outfit and the mask and everything.
Well, there was only one that was there, though.
Well, yeah, but that doesn't mean that there's only one.
I mean, I guess, but now we're getting to, like, speculation on top of speculation.
I know, but just... So far as we're aware and whatnot, and how these things tend to go and whatnot, we don't have anybody to actually implicate just yet.
Well, what I was thinking is that...
In place of, well, Terry.
My guess was that there were going to be, obviously, 2 people that are guilty, one for killing and one for stealing.
Right.
And I was thinking that it was either going to... I was thinking it's Axel and Gimp Guy. And Axel was either... Like, either Axel is the killer and Gimp Guy's the thief, or Axel's the thief and Gimp Guy's the killer.
I'm going to go with Dylan's logic. I'm pretty sure that Axel's probably the thief. If he's even actually involved at all. We don't even know that for certain.
Yeah, we don't.
And while it would kind of make sense, I brought up the points earlier that kind of, dispute that. So...
Right.
And if he was coming down the stairs and whatnot, then theoretically, if he passed him, he might have done the murder?
Maybe. So it might be that Axel is the killer and Gimp Guy's the thief. I don't know.
Or maybe there's a 5th person that's also part of this that we know nothing about yet.
I mean, technically we don't know anything about the Gimp Guy either.
Well, yes, but we've at least seen this person.
Yeah.
There might be a 5th person we haven't yet to see anything of.
Possibly. I don't know. Anyway. Dylan.
I just can't believe that.
I know. But Axel, right now, has motive and opportunity. His whereabouts were unknown, and he was De Silva's rival.
Even so, it's just... I don't know, it just doesn't feel right.
You want to help Terry?
Yeah.
Then let me do my job.
Oh, okay.
No one ever said that being an defense attorney was easy. But Terry's innocent, I'm sure of it. Axel, on the other hand, if Terry didn't do it, someone else did.
The prosecution calls Axel Reyes to the stand. Witness, please state your name and occupation for the court record. Witness? Witness. Who summons the vessel of Raxeniel to this place?
Oh my god, dude, you're in court. Come on.
Wow. What? Mr. Hawk, the notes you supplied me stated that your second witness was a Mr. Axel Reyes. Is that correct? That remains the case, Your Honor. He is the anchor that binds me to this plane of existence.
This is gonna get old real fast if he acts like this the entire time.
Stop babbling and break out the holy water.
You too? Seriously, Dylan?
He's the real deal. How else do you explain his crimson aura?
I don't know. He's a tech junkie. He probably hacked smart bulbs in the ceiling.
You really think that he would?
He plays his own theme music out of a speaker on his belt.
I desire slumber, and I do not take kindly to...
Oh.
Oh, spare me. You doubt my power? If you're expecting me to be impressed, I'm afraid you're going to be disappointed. Mr. Raxeniel, or whoever you are, you're not the first creature of darkness I've cut down to size in court, and you won't be the last. She sounds like she means it, too.
Seems like Tani's got zero patience for Chunibu shenanigans.
I don't know how that's pronounced. Your Honor, possession is a reasonably well-understood phenomenon.
Are we fucking serious with this? Is Hawk serious?
The prosecution asks the court for leniency over the witness's outbursts. Highly irregular, Mr. Hawk. Still, I see no alternative.
You could hold him in contempt of court or something. I don't know.
He's not possessed.
Yeah,
it's literally just a facade for his persona.
Yeah.
He's making it up.
Right.
Unless he actually is possessed, but even so, I don't think that's how that works.
I don't think that holds up in court.
I don't think so either.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe it does. I don't know. But I also don't think this is like 1600 England.
Right.
Mr. Raxeniel, I don't know about your particular situation, but I require you to follow court procedure. Arrogance mortal. Mr. Reyes. Fine. I'll play by your rules. I release him into your care. Grrrr! I am myself once again. In that case, please state your name and occupation. I am Axel Reyes. That's it? My name is also my brand, and therefore my occupation. Consider then that I am out of touch. Explain your occupation, Mr. Reyes. Billionaire, entrepreneur, angel investor, tech mogul, esports advocate, and world number 2 at the popular card game Dragon Fantasy Arena.
Mr. Reyes, I'm such a big fan. This is neither the time nor the place, Terry. I know, but when am I likely to get an opportunity to chat to?
I don't chat with the likes of you, peasant.
Well, I don't know if he was really saying that because of peasantry or because of the fact that he thinks he killed his friend.
Murderer.
Arrogant considering your own situation, Reyes.
Mr. Scrub, you will silence yourself this instant. As I was saying, in terms of day-to-day employment, I run Racecore, the company I built with my bare hands out of my garage.
Out of my garage. Okay, yeah, sure.
With a small loan of $1 million.
With a small loan of $1 million.
You see, Wayne Tech is a Racecore is a... We provide gaming hardware and accessories, both for video games and traditional pen and paper gaming. I saw D&D modules as well. Excuse me. Suburbs and SUVs modules.
Right.
I assume you were at the hotel for the same reason as Mr. Steele? Steele? That tryhard. Yeah, his affairs are his own. I'm attending the DFA 23 card game tournament with the intent to win.
So then, yes, you were there for the same reason.
Why else would I be slumming it in this coastal ghetto? coastal ghetto.
I guess he's talking about Fledge City.
I came to defeat Joel De Silva and his secret, as yet unseen, rare card. That... Grrr! How long must we play before this meager audience? I yearn for fresh opponents! Mr. Rays. Mr. Rays, what were you doing around the time of the incident? This curse in my right arm is a heavy burden. I was exhausted by Raxeniel's influence and struggled to contain his spirit. Were he to escape, the consequences could be mildly dangerous to anything nearby, but honestly not that big of a deal.
It might leave a small dent in the drywall.
It might knock over a few beer bottles if they're in close hand. It might punch a hole in the drywall. To be framed for a later date to sell as artwork.
It might take a stool and throw it at the wall.
It might beat a motherfucker with another motherfucker. On second thoughts, I shall spare you the details.
Good idea, Axel. No need to spoil what happens on the last volume of that manga.
I was forced to retire to my room to recuperate. Your Honor, this witness's room is also on the floor above the victim's. I fell asleep. When I woke up, that's when I heard about it. About how someone had snuck into De Silva's room, and... That will do, Mr. Rays. Please do not speculate. Instead, I would ask that you make a formal statement to the court. As you wish. Martha!
Well, in the next episode, we'll do the witness statement because we're at 40.
Silva!
Silva!
Why did you say that name? Why did you say that name?